Konnichiwa!
Hamna.
Oh, you got this toast made it oopsie.
Oh god!
Let's get her, dude!
Oh god!
That's how I feel, because it's kind of hard to retake on this map.
It definitely is. And speaking about retakes, and you mentioned a lot about information gathering too, like the initiators that you have into this map, like the main basic one you could always get, which is like S tier for most of the maps, is going to be Sova. But we have seen throughout the year of Valorant in the pro play, even until most recently, KO being added as one of the initiators to try to gather that information with the 0 point, the knife that's going to be able to ping out some opponents that's in their radius of where the knife lands. Sky also is a pretty good initiator to use, whereas, you know, when you're playing Icebox, a lot of these teams, especially when you're playing with a Viper, you put these walls up, you put the plant, and then you play a pulse plant very far back into the from like your spawn side if you're on the attacker side, and not really play the site in itself, which then means that you don't really need that Sova because you know everybody's are going to be falling back anyways. So you use a Sky, so you play the flashes more towards the orb side to be able to get those trades in and frag a little bit more. And you're already looking right now at the agent pick here, Dan. Peter Park, potentially we have that Sky coming in. There you go.
Yeah, Scarra was offering the KO for a second, but of course we're... Actually, maybe we'll get the KO. Okay, we'll get the Sage instead. I was really hoping we see the KO. Sage is actually an agent that's not as necessary as it used to be on Icebox because of how they changed the collisions on the Radionite boxes on that B site. Previously it was felt like you had to have the Sage to be able to even plant on that site, but definitely a little bit different these days.
Yep.
But Sage still a strong pick, for sure.
I think the comp in itself is actually pretty good for Team Scarra, because first off, Scarra was playing the mind game with Masayoshi, because he said he was going to play a Raze, and he's not. He's playing Sage, and you mentioned the Sage is going to help for these spike plants. But what I also really like is that in this roster, they have Valkyrie, who mains Viper all the time. So this is a perfect map for players that are comfortable in their agent picks. H-Jun playing a lot of duelists. Jummy does the same thing. I think even Jummy is one of those main Raze players at the same time. So you're looking at, you know, the underdog storyline. Is this going to be good enough against the couple buff of Quarter Jade, and Masayoshi? Potentially, if you're looking at what they currently have on the defender side.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting to kind of see how this one plays out. We're going to be going into the first knife round, I believe, though.
True.
Alex.
I keep forgetting about that. I keep forgetting about the all-cool knife round that we're going to see every single time, every single matchup, first round and the 13th round. And also, big props to the production, by the way, about this UI, that it's the first time that I see it. Like, we haven't seen any type of, like, customizable UIs, with the exception of the VCT, the Valorant Champions Tour in itself. So you're looking at this and you're seeing that at least we have some weaponry, you see the KDAs, and you see the health and armor. That's actually quite cool. But this knife round here, Dan, we're not going to get any team comms yet, so we're just going to try to find what happens in this knife middle fight. And I love that Peter Park has the fan.
It is so insane how hard it is to knife people in this game.
Impossible.
I do feel like there's a high skill ceiling to this thing. So it'll be interesting to see if we get consistency.
Yeah, I almost feel that you need a higher skill ceiling to knife in this game than you do to shoot in this game, to be honest.
Yeah,
but it's
100%.
It's looking so good for Team Scar. There's only one left, and there you go. Brook AB is going to fall, and it is going to be Team Scar that's going to be able to get the first pistol round. But we're going straight into it. We're just going to go with Spectres right now here, Dan, and it's just going to be an all-out brawl into the A site, where at least there's the two duelists there on the defender side to hold things off.
Yeah, it's already looking pretty damn good. Pretty smooth on the entrance towards that A side. The spike is going down as well. And yeah, not too much to work with here. Team JoJo. Not too much to work with at all. Just that, you know, the pistols and the save. So it's a very easy, fast A rush to close out the second round for Team Scarra. And looking to scale into the A site once again. Talked about keeping it simple, and looks like the defense is there on the backside. Quarter Jade holding it down. Ooh. The Judge, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that today. Not going to do too much there for Broden. Nice conversions on the attack here. But still, Quarter Jade in position backside. And with the lurk coming up mid from Valkyrie, that's going to actually make life very difficult. But still, Quarter Jade is in the site, causing problems. Masayoshi holding it down as well from the rafters. So, still opportunity here for Team JoJo. And in fact, Team Scarra rotating back.
I like this. And that kill that came out from Valkyrie, by the way, I see chat. Maybe it's actually quite cool to call her Viper Ray. Is it actually Valkyrie playing, or is it Nats for Gambit? Because that was a nice lurk towards mid side where she actually got that kill. And now you have the rotation, picking up the orb. Now you get a lot more information of what those two players are. And this should be a safe plant now coming in for Team Scarra on the attack.
Yeah, good reset, but Masayoshi already in position. Oh, that's very close indeed. Well, that's going to be Peter Park done and dusted. So 2 versus 2. The spike is down on the ground as well. Need to collect that and try to get the plants in. It looks like this has really turned on his head here. Quarter and Masayoshi looking to lock it in. Great stuff there. What a recovery from them. So we can see the emphasis here from Team Scarra is more on that mid pressure. Also running the Trailblazer up B long to find anyone, but it's Quarter Jade actually with a cursory peek by Boiler, able to take down Jummy. So 5 versus 4 early here for the defenders and Team JoJo.
I just realized maybe I'm paying too much attention to the new Spider-Man movie coming out, so I'm calling him Peter Parker instead of Peter Park. But back with the action, though, this is actually a nice push coming in from the attacker side, but this is a great spot to hold from the defender side, too, on the top of B-side heaven. So now you have a high-low stack. You have a force buy coming in from the attacker side, too, but they have yet to make it towards this B-side. Also, because Valkyrie also used her Viper Wall on the right side, too, so this is very hard to cross to get a plant towards B.
Yeah, so difficult, given that the setup is here on the defense for Team JoJo. Masayoshi making it very hard to go beyond this yellow position. And they're just so stuck at the moment. 20 seconds to get the spike planted. Doesn't look like it's too likely at this point to cross here. And they're going to be forced to do so. The time forces them, but they're going to be lured into the trap here because... Oh, nice penetration out of the Guardian, but Brook able to trade back. And as you can see, just so desperate there. For HG, not too much to be done, and I think we're seeing great comps here.
And try to pull rotations that way, but Team JoJo seems to be ready for that this time.
Okay, well, this time we'll see, finally, the first time for Team Scarra. Half by, just getting the Sheriffs out there, going for that A push again. Broden surely will find more success with the Judge here around 410, but nobody's going towards the Judge, unfortunately for Broden. And HG from up high will take him down. So looking good here. Showstopper comes through as well on the retake. Lots of damage being done here on the attack from Team Scarra, despite having not too much to work with. However, some great shooting there coming through, and that's going to leave just HG. We're going to see some crazy Sheriff shots. There's number 1. 2 more to go. There's the pressure coming through. The dismiss to try to keep the pressure on.
Great tech.
We're going to see it going to halfway. And in fact, both of them holding the peak and making sure that it's impossible for any trade to happen. H-Tune goes down, but...
They could actually get a res. So this allows them to play a little bit more aggressively to try to take this A site, which is why you're seeing how all 5 players are leaning towards that side on the attack.
Yeah, totally agree. See if they can set up Valkyrie in that Viper's Pit. There's also a flank coming through as well.
Yeah, big flank.
At the same time, by Masayoshi.
They have to hurry up here on the attack.
Quarter Jade will take down Jami as well. This is looking very, very dangerous. Again, that flank is getting worse and worse here in terms of the prospects for Team Scarra. Great stuff from Masayoshi, unleashing it, but the Viper's Pit did go off, but never mind. Quarter Jade swings on through, and that is a flawless round. The approach under tube, but look at the reaction. The slow orbs coming through, and once again, good comms. You can see that Team JoJo, they have a great sense at all times of what Team Scarra are doing, and they are ready and waiting each and every time so far. As we see the rotation, the pivot here now from Team Scarra through B long, but once again, Casamina on that angle. Oh dear, Casamina. Maybe looking at the mini map there, gets caught off guard, and now it's a 4v4. Team Scarra get closer here. By going down, or at least the attempts. You can see the pressure coming in from Masayoshi. Still has the boombot available as well. Takes down Peter Puck around yellow.
Big flank on mid.
So much presence.
Oh, that was actually so good. That flank that was about to happen, and Broden sees that coming and puts a cyber cage down just to try to slow down H-June, and they can't go for any type of flanks. But this also allows the attackers to rotate all the way towards the A side. But there's a trap wire, there's a camera, and a nice backstab from H-June on that lurk onto Masayoshi. But there's still a lot of information you can gather from this camera after.
Big finds there, cutting off the rotation. H-June just doing so much work and now doesn't even have to do anything more. Just the presence on the flank is dangerous in of itself. H-June will keep the pressure on. So confident with the Sheriff. Another headshot found.
This is a judge.
And yeah, this is rough. Broden, what can you possibly do with the judge? All wrapping around, finds Scarra for free. And the neural theft will alert Broden to the other two positions. But what's the play now? Again, the judge, the ranges on the judge are just not very favorable.
Wow.
And H-June finishes it off. Nice 4K coming through from H-June.
This round, though, the money is still very, very good for Team JoJo. So it's still going to be a full gun round. But still off this Reyna Empress ult from H-June, they're still going to leverage on him and on a Jummy to open up the A site.
Yeah, and using that toxic screen to get their way towards that plant, but going backside is going to be difficult, and we'll see some initial trades coming through here as Team JoJo just fighting desperately to keep hold of the site, and Broden finding that Odin is going to the Odin. It rhymes.
Broden with the Odin. I can't wait for her to use that gun.
I don't know what it is.
But yeah,
It's all good.
At the same time, you know, you're confused of the gun, but I'm also confused of the player. Is it Broden that we're actually watching, or is it Toast? Because we all know Toast when he was playing Split with the judge as a cipher of all agents as well. We're tied 4-4. One more gun round coming in for the defender side of Team JoJo, which after that should be quite low in the economy, as you can see, for a lot of these players. And now we have the nice wall coming in towards the B side. We could potentially have the Sage wall come up from the Sage, and that is going to be from Scarra, and then a plant coming in.
There we go. So we'll get an after plant situation. Everyone falling back to post plant positions to defend the spike. But here comes the push from Team JoJo out of B-Long, out of that garage, the B garage, and making their way across it. Masayoshi with a nice 3K, opening things up massively, taking the fight straight to them, and just sandwiching the defense of that spike.
They had to find a way here for Team Scarra to stop them once you're going to see these duelists take the attacker side. How are you going to stop them after that? And I think one of the answers is definitely going to be looking at Peter Park.
Oh, we can do an aggressive play from the defenders, though, coming through. Masayoshi with the showstopper. Not able to find anything. There's a showstopper in response from Jummy. Also, that one's going to not find its target. So an exchange there, but the question is who converts the space after this? Team JoJo have that forward presence on A still. And Team Scarra, do they want to retake this fully? It looks like they're thinking about it. However, in the meantime, Van Silly, we've got Valkyrie alone with the spike towards B garage.
And the whole rotation is currently being pulled. The only thing right now is that we're still holding into the garage side. So you could see it from that minimap. Everybody's rotating back on the defender side just to keep it straight on a default. And same thing for the attacker side. They're slowly leaning towards the B side, but I think they're taking too much of their time here, where once again, you might have Masayoshi ready on the top of that B side. He's deadly at that spot. They got to put that wall up to try to block him.
Yeah, and you can see, you know, there's a great sense again from Team JoJo as to what the rotation might look like. Team Scarra cut noise, trying to sow some seeds of doubt, but Team JoJo, you know, they know there's 30 seconds left. They've got a good handle of the B site. Here comes the push for that spike plant. Masayoshi once again in place, but H-June has been doing just as well. And Jummy with that luck in kitchen, finally it's starting to come together, but time is against them right now. They must plant the spike. They've got 15 seconds to do so. It takes 3.5 seconds to put it down, and it's still not going down just yet. There we go. Finally, spike is going to find its target, and it's just going to be Broden left with the Vandal. Not a lot to work with. 1 versus 4? Question mark? For Broden? No.
0 versus 4.
Is just owning right now. Yeah, more passive approach from Team JoJo on the defense, as you say, towards that A side. They've cleared out some space towards middle as well. Quarter J's down there by the tube, but again, we see that take from Team Scarra, and they may not have too much resistance in terms of denying the spike plant. It's going to be about that retake here from Team JoJo.
Oh, they know it.
Oh, Jummy! That's a beautiful transfer there. Last bullet on that one before the reload. Picking up another headshot. This is an easy round.
Oh, yeah.
Here for Team Scarra.
The flank's coming in again, though. Yeah, she's with the Empress, too. This I don't want to say it could be doable, but she's done some good damage into the Viper's Pit last time that Valkyrie put that up.
Looking for the ace clutch. Looking to keep the Empress going. Needs to pop some more heads, but yeah, that Viper's Pit is certainly a problem. Oh, yeah, not going to happen. Scarra to take down Quarter Jade. Good attempt, though. I respect the effort.
And they want to move forward with that as well. And as I say that, we're actually having players watching that flank.
Holding the gap. Katamina not finding the headshot just yet, but also playing it conservatively, which is good. You want to try to stay alive.
Ooh.
Nice shot from Broden. The trade is just as nice from Ace June. That's what we've come to expect from Ace June so far. Again, looking for those headshots up high and very oppressive. Ace June's presence on the site right now. The spike is going to get planted. And now Team JoJo need a retake. Quarter Jade moving in from the back of the site, trying to find some angles. All this making things a little bit more difficult, but here they all come together now. There goes that Boombot, helping them to clear that 410 position. They can start to rally behind this forward movement. But so far, so good here for Team Scarra on the defense of this spike. Quarter Jade needs a big couple kills. In fact, every kill now. 1 versus 4 for Quarter Jade. Gets the first kill. There's a dismiss to reset. Oh, gets hit by one of the Seekers. And there we have it. Team Scarra coming out on top, 7-5 at the end of the first half here, Vance.
Nonetheless, we're going to move into the second knife round of this first map. And it's domination from Team Scarra once again.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Yeah. We talked about the skill settings.
They're at 100. I saw the red shields, and I thought that they went for full buys, but it's just going to be full classic so they could build the economy into the next round. But H. June's already on a huge flank.
Just hungry for those eco frags.
He's dinking.
Oh, yeah. Respecting the paint shells, though, falling back.
Yep. And Spectres at that range usually is not easy to hit those headshots or those sprays. So to be able to get the first kill into Katamina and already put Masayoshi very low at like 30% health left, it's huge.
Ray able to play in the smoke. It seems very difficult, but could get kind of scary because it could surround Valkyrie there, and that might be what's happening. Valkyrie going to pop out of the smoke there, the running gun, dropping the snake bite, trying to delay the plant, get us two at least, but the spike was actually planted. Unfortunately for Quarter Jade, though, she doesn't have any weapons to play off of this situation with, and oh, it's going to be hard to get an angle onto that spike as well. And there's the two fuses coming in. No, a slower approach here on the attack. Team
Not for the defenders.
Oh my god, going straight for it and dismisses away. Nice trade though coming through from Masayoshi. Masayoshi. And we won't get any pushes behind that, but equalizing things. That's going to pull the rotation. Most of the defenders now towards that A site. Peter Park with the Trailblazer trying to confirm the information. Are they actually pushing this side of the map or are they rotating? Because that's the question right now for Team Scarra. Mm-hmm.
It's still quiet right now. We're still trying to figure out here with Peter Park with the kit that he currently has. 3 seconds left to get the at least guided light out, maybe to try to get some information with that. So he's running back and then walking back to the spawn side, trying to fake a rotate out, try to see if they could bait out some audio so that Jummy could get a kill, close range with the Spectre. But it doesn't really work out, doesn't really pay out yet. He's still holding it very, very calmly and actually using the Viper's Wall to make it like a slight one-way. I wonder if this is practice, Dan.
30 seconds left.
We're going to find out. Oh, they're ready to just burst through, and Masayoshi waiting for the perfect moment. The patience paying off, the double satchel right to the back and into the face of Peter Park. And the 2 versus 2 now. 15 seconds to go. Masayoshi trying to do it all by himself. Trying to find that ace. Paint shell's coming through. And there's the tap on the spike. Masayoshi nails it. Beautiful. Beautiful approach with the race, showing everyone how it's done. They've been good at that so far, but H-June always looking for that information. The battle of the titans there, H-June versus Masayoshi, a huge 1v1. Neither player coming away with that with any damage, though. Look at this lurk in the meantime from Quarter Jades. All the way in the B site.
Everybody seems very committed towards A here, though, Dan.
Yes, and the showstopper through from Masayoshi as well, sending it straight to spawn, sending a message. Masayoshi will go down to Jummy though, and the spike is going to be attempted to get planted here. It will get planted, but can Brook get off the site? That will be helpful, but not helpful enough. H-June in position to punish, and the trades come on through. It's looking good here though for Team Scarra. They swing back in on the retake.
Oof. And it's not planted for Quarter Jade. There you go. Unfortunately for that, because the plant was a little bit too tight inside, Quarter Jade forces herself to be out of position. She has to go for the wide swings to try to get a couple of picks to try to get for that defuse. So very, very nicely done for Team Scarra to actually play very aggressively on that retake in the end. So yes, the idea was nice, Dan, to have Quarter Jade lurk out towards this B site, but they probably had to wait slightly longer, like maybe 5-10 seconds more, so that she could actually try to get a kill, force a rotate out potentially, and then go for that full force hit into the A site where she could potentially go for a better flank in the end. So a little bit of a slight miscommunication in the end on how they wanted to attempt to take the A site. But at least from the spike plant, the money's still good. We got 3 rifles, a Spectre, and a Classic for Brook, and we are looking for an A hit, but H-June continues to be so aggressive towards the front of the A site. He's going to catch one off guard. No!
Oh, H-June getting punished for that one. It's been working out, like you say, that dismiss possibility if you get the initial frag to fall back unpunished. That was what H-June is going for, but backfiring this time, giving the edge to Team JoJo. They certainly need it. Trailing 4 rounds right now, but Masayoshi able to follow up nicely. But a lineup coming through there for Peter Park. Able to take down 2 will make a huge difference now. 2 versus 3 for Team Scarra as they come in on the retake, both from flanking positions. Will this be anticipated by Team JoJo as they fall off of the plant?
Oh, no.
Oh, the neural theft is huge. All the information, but still able to tie things up here.
Nice.
Scarra and Valkyrie leaving just Katamina to save the day here. Team JoJo, Katamina trying to find some success, but Scarra swinging on through the toxic screen finishes the job.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm loving the initiative from H-Tune. Oh, I'm sure we can go into that later. We get the defensive Viper Stick coming in from Valkyrie. The hold on to this A site, it's been a favorite pick for both teams on the attack.
Huge Viper's Pit, though, and Seekers to get information. This confirms the hit towards A site, then.
Oh, and Kodaje trying to find Valkyrie, dropping in from above. Gets caught out, though. Masayoshi going in for just a moment, but what do they do here? Do they reset out of this? Because the flank is coming through from B Garage as well. So once
They're
again,
gonna hear
Team
this, though.
Scarra. They have so many edges here, though. Van Silly is still a 4 versus 2. They can lock in the attackers. Scarra doesn't have to push. Actually has the knife out. The Bucky coming on through for Masayoshi. Only momentary success. 12-6 now for Team Scarra is once again able to deal quite well.
I'm loving it so far. I'm sure that the comms in Team Scarra, are just laughing around and just cheering each other up as to how, in the end, it's dominating here.
Let's check in with Team JoJo's call.
There's an op here, there's a stage wall here, and probably potentially also Sky. You do mid contacts?
Yeah.
Because if they use stage wall there,
Yeah.
let's go through tube. Just careful, the smoke's gonna drop right now.
You want to still do this? Oh, fuck me. Hey, Rosa ults. We love that for us. Oh, I'm gonna fucking die.
All right, we just run A. Just full sprint A.
Okay. One's probably pushed up.
That's okay.
Nice.
I'm resable.
Oh. Good point. Good point.
I'm full blind. One is back a king, I believe.
Yeah, we're just running in. Momentum here.
Oh, Peter's backside.
Guys, there's 700 of them.
80 on the raise.
2 on rafters.
Oof.
Defenders win.
A team
And
ace to
that's a
finish it, Dan.
wrap. 13-6. Team Scarra are the winners of the first round robin game here today for the Offline TV Valorant Invitational, and I'm impressed at HG. Oh, gods.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed, period. That was actually so good. Now it's not my mic. It's just my pixelated face now. We're just going to go offline TV style. I'm going to be super pixel, but it's all good. I thought it was a great series overall. I was not expecting this type of scoreline for Team Scarra. And yes, I have to definitely be impressed with H-June on that performance of Icebox.